Welcome to Beat Diabetes. I'm Dennis Pollock, and we're going to talk about something somebody has said that really impressed me. Sometimes people show so much wisdom in these comments that they leave under my videos, and I just have to pass them on to you. So apparently this was in a discussion with one or two other commenters about how to test your blood sugar after meals and figure out what foods work and which ones don't for you. And this individual said this: I learned how to do this from Dennis. I bought a glucose meter and started testing myself after eating various foods and food combinations from my typical diet. Exactly what I did years and years ago. He says, and it doesn't take long to identify the primary offenders. Thank you, Dennis. Well, that last statement, not the thank you, Dennis, but the one before that, was the one that really caught my attention. He says, it doesn't take long to identify the primary offenders. And I thought, boy, isn't that the truth? It doesn't take long for you to figure out what's causing your problems when you start testing your glucose post-meal, or as they like to say, post-prandial. But basically, you eat a meal, you time yourself after your meal for about an hour to an hour and a half. Hour to an hour and 15 minutes is probably better, especially if it's a high-carb meal. And then you just see where your blood sugar goes. And at first, it's good to see where your blood sugar started, and you can see where it goes from there. After a while, when you kind of typically know where your blood sugar is going to be after going without food for several hours, sometimes you don't even need to test beforehand, but you definitely need to test afterwards. About an hour. I always did it an hour in my early days. Now I sometimes make it an hour and 15 minutes. And you find out what goes on. He says it doesn't take long. No, it doesn't. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be super smart. You don't have to be a researcher. You don't have to have a PhD. You just have to have a little glucose meter and enough sense to know that when any food or combination of foods jacks up your blood sugar super high, that's something to be avoided. And, it's just so simple. In some ways, I'm almost ashamed how simple it is to beat diabetes, because it would be kind of fun if I had this complicated, complex formula and all kinds of deep language and studies and big words. And basically, I just come on here and tell people how to beat diabetes by checking their blood sugar after meals with a glucose meter. And, it's kind of like this. Let me just give you an illustration. Imagine if you bought a house and you noticed that in your house you had a light switch that every time you touched it and flipped it, it gave you a tremendous electrical shock, sometimes so bad as to knock you down. And you couldn't do anything about it. And you called an electrician. He came in and looked at it and inspected it and tried to fix it. After he left, it still gives you a shock. And you call in another electrician and he does what he does and inspects it and fools around with it, but it still gives you a shock. What's the solution, my friend? Let's all say it together. You stop touching the light switch. You've tried to fix it. You've tried to make it work for you. It doesn't work. Even after the pros come in and deal with it, it still doesn't work for you. It still gives you a terrible shock. The solution is very simple. Don't use that light switch. Use all the others if you have to install a new light switch, but don't use that one. It just doesn't work for you. And when you test your blood sugar after meals and you find things like baked potatoes make my blood sugar spike like crazy, I mean, I can go over 200, even today, with baked potatoes, pretty good sized ones. But when you find that out, it's like, well, why should I eat baked potatoes? Now, it's true that if you eat small enough portions, you could pretty much eat anything. You could eat regular ice cream. You could eat a candy bar. If you just get it down small enough, you might say, well, I got by with it. But what's the point of eating about an eighth of a baked potato just to be able to say I ate a baked potato? In my thinking, it's just better to give it up altogether. So Jesus said, if your hand offends you, cut it off. And in my illustration, I'm saying if a light switch shocks you every time you touch it, then stop touching it. And the point I'm really making is if certain carbohydrates spike your blood sugar tremendously, stop eating them. You say, well, how will I know? Well, there's two ways you could know that. One way would be just listen to me and I'll tell you that it's basically going to be starches and sugars and the sweeter fruits. You can probably get by with berries, many can. But starches, sugars, and most fruits are going to be the offenders. But that's not good enough. It's not good enough to hear me say that. What you need is a glucose meter that will flash a black number, plain as day, right there in your face and say 195, 225, 325, whatever it says. And it's telling you, don't eat that food. And then you try another meal, maybe some chicken and a nice large salad and maybe a couple of pieces of cheese. And it gives you a 122. And you say, whoa, wait a minute here. The one meal, the high-carb meal, gave me a 222, and the low-carb meal gave me a 122. Maybe I ought to just eat low-carb. But you'll find those offenders, and you'll be much more motivated than if you just take my word for it. That's why I say don't take my word for it. Just find it out for yourself. Look at those numbers after you eat for a while. After a while, you won't need to test yourself all the time. I don't. I'll a lot of times test myself for your sake that I would never have tested myself otherwise because I already know the outcome. But sometimes I'll do it for you. So, and yeah, there will be some differences. Some people say, I can't eat strawberries. I can. I can eat a few. Now, I wouldn't eat a bunch of them, but I can eat like 3 or 4. Mash them up and put them on a chaffle and a little whipped cream, and I'm a happy guy. But if you can't eat strawberries, then don't. That's just as simple as that. So there will be a difference. Sometimes people will contact me either by leaving a comment or sending me an email, and they'll want my individual help. They want an individualized program created just for them by Dennis Pollock. I'll never do that. Number one, I'm not a doctor. I'd be breaking the law if I did it. But number two, it's totally unnecessary. It's just not necessary. Get yourself a meter, check it out. And again, reading the comment, he says, I learned how to do this from Dennis. He says, it doesn't take long to identify the primary offenders. If you've recently been diagnosed with diabetes and you've just discovered this channel, let me recommend that you go to our Uploads page, which will give you access to every diabetic video we've posted since we began. As you work your way through all our videos, I believe you'll find the help you need. A link to our Uploads page is in the description.